In this video, I plan to answer a question from one of my followers or subscribers. The question has to deal with whether or not notary signing agents and mobile notaries need to purchase a business license here in Alabama. You may want to sit down for this. It's been a little while since I've hosted a Q&A session for subscribers and followers. And so I'm really happy to tackle this question because it's really important. So again, the question that was asked was, Michelle, do we as notary signing agents and mobile notaries need a business license or several business licenses? She really said, she phrased it differently, but this is what she meant. And I could tell by her message to me, deep down, she probably knew the answer and wasn't happy with it. Why? Because the answer is yes. Yes, we do. Yes, we need a business license. And possibly, yes, we need business licenses. Let me explain. As notary signing agents and mobile notaries, we all are required to apply for a notary commission. That commission simply gives us permission and the authority to use the official notary seal. So we can perform notarizations at our place of employment. We can perform notarizations, extended family members, at church, people in the community as a service, not as a business. Once we choose to use our commission and turn it into a business, whether it's a full-time business, part-time business, the whole dynamics and the whole requirements change. Now, let me pause here and remind everyone, I am not a lawyer. I don't want you to consider this legal advice, but I'm telling you what I know based on my experience of running a notary business in Madison County for a period of time as my home base, and also in Jefferson County as my home base. And in both counties, I drove down to the city government office and met with personnel and described my business model, and I got the same answer. Yes, Michelle, you need a business license. So why did I say you might need more than one business license? This is the part that you're not going to like because you're mobile, because you're conducting business in multiple cities and counties. Again, going back to being a commission notary, we can notarize in the north, in the south, the east, the west, and the middle. No problem. Wherever we are within the state of Alabama, we can pull out our seal, our journal, our pen, and notarize. But when we are going to these different areas as a business owner, it's a whole different set of rules. And so, yes, I have multiple businesses. Yes, if you are acting as a business owner and traveling to Jefferson County, you need a license for Jefferson County, even though you live in Coleman County. I know, I know. I was flabbergasted. And Alabama, I got to give it to them. They follow up, they reach out. They've reached out to me when I haven't renewed my licenses in a timely manner. A member of my notary Facebook group called Notaries for Alabama Hangout, one of the members commented he had placed an ad advertising his notary services in a county different from where he lived, and that a county representative in the other county reached out to him and said, "Hey, nice to see that you're coming our way, but do you have a business license?" So this is something that does not get talked about enough. And the last thing you want is to be out of compliance with state government, city government, county government. Okay? Now, you should never just take my word as fact. I meant to pull this up before I hopped on. Let's see if it'll load. I hope so. Yes. And so I want to encourage you after you watch this video, head over to revenue.alabama.gov/business dash license and you read it for yourself. I'm assuming the font is too small for you to read what I've highlighted. So let me read this. A privilege license is a license requirement of every person, every firm, every company or corporation engaged in any business, vocation, occupation, or profession described in Title 40, Chapter 12, Code of Alabama, 1975. Let me pause here. I'm going to go there to Title 40, Chapter 12 of the code. I may not find the word notary signing agent there. I may not see the occupation mobile notary, but come on. The code was written originally in 1975. I doubt they even knew about that role. Those two roles are still relatively new in most states. Keeping on, the state and county state license, county license is issued by the county probate judge or the license commissioner in the county where the business is located. Unless otherwise provided, a license is required in every county where the business is conducted. Check with every city office where you are conducting business to verify what licenses are required prior to transacting business. And then it tells you where else to go. See what I mean? See what I mean? And so, yes, I have several licenses because of this. And again, thankfully, when I started my business back in 2006, because I was new to Alabama, didn't know who to ask, and I think it's a good thing I didn't ask anyone other than the authorities. So I have known about this since the beginning. And I want to encourage you to do what was suggested on the website, and you go down, start with your county probate office. They will direct you to the right area. Describe your business or businesses and ask them what you need to do. You see, there's a big difference again from being a notary or someone who occasionally notarizes signatures versus someone who is running a business, have a website, got your LLC or your DBA. It's funny, there's so much talk about what printer to use, where to get the paper from, what type of pens to use, where to um, promote, what directory to get listed on, how much insurance, E&O to have. But how often do you hear Alabama notaries and notaries in any state talking about this? Now, I will say this, not all states are equal. I was blown away when I found out a good friend of mine who who owns a notary business in Texas. They don't need a separate privilege license. I know, right? I have to admit, I actually felt, I don't know if it's jealousy or envy, but I had a feeling. It was not a nice feeling when she told me that. And then I heard the Texas Secretary of State back it up. And you know what? One day down the road, maybe we can, those of us here in Alabama, talk with our state and city officials and say, hey, can we get a pass on one of these licenses? Just one. Can we just be required to be licensed where our home office is? It's worth asking and trying. All right, so now you know you're going to need at least one, probably more, and this should help formulate your business plan. Do you really want to be traveling to multiple counties? If it means you're going to need multiple licenses, you're going to have to do a cost analysis on that and make the right decision. But again, get input. Get input. All right, I gave you some resources on the screen, business resources, state, county resources. Now I want to list on the screen some notary resources. If you are going on this journey of starting a notary business on your own, I don't, I think you need to pull back and rethink that approach. Um, I run a free Facebook group called Notaries for Alabama Hangout. It's just for us Alabamians where we talk about things like this. And you're welcome to join us. And this weekend, I opened up my Skool platform called Notaries for Alabama Academy. I'll put the link in the description. I'd love for you to join me if you are a Alabama resident who is either already a notary or very interested in becoming a notary. Um, that is a free platform for you to join as well. And then I make sure that I list any upcoming training classes on trainalabama.com. Again, my goal is to help support you along the way with your journey, help answer questions about being a notary, whether it's for an employer. And so let me clarify this. I'm glad I'm rambling a bit. If you are a commissioned notary because your employer asks you to be a notary to support the company where you work at, that rule does not apply to you. Okay? This business license requirement is for or applies to independent notaries who are running a side business, a side gig, self-employment. Okay? I think that's the last slide. It is. If you haven't subscribed to the channel here on YouTube, please do so. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, but it does help me out with getting more views. If you found this information helpful, go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you wouldn't mind, please. And I've got another subscriber question to answer, so make sure you stick around for the next video. Thanks for tuning in and make it a great day.